Fastest 55 Chevrolet up here in the world, ladies and gentlemen. Charles Carpenter on your hand. 545 for Charles Carpenter, the world's fastest 55 Chevrolet. Ladies and gentlemen.
John Mallory's sitting out the Tyson in the 62 Jetty. Oh, the Pontiac pulled the front wheel off the ground there. He's cooking up real good. Both of them stay.
Is your racing program. Flawless is the way to it, Mike.
Anybody here that...
We call it the 29-day wonder because we put the car together in 29 days. But of course we've updated it. When we first started out, the car looked like original 62 AFX car, and we've updated it because of safety reasons. Like the tires, wheels, brakes, chassis, and it's the world's fastest 409. First one to ever run in the 9s in the quarter mile.
Picked out your place you're going to sit. Maybe got your cooler all strung out. Step back over there.
It's all sheet metal except for the front end, which is fiberglass. And we had it handmade by an outfit there in Georgia. And we built this new engine, homemade aluminum heads, homemade intake manifolds. Of course, you can't buy anything for a 409 now, so everything has to be hand built. We've built this car by hand from one end to the other. We were the car weighs 3,000 pounds, so we were plagued with transmission trouble. With a 3,000-pound car and a 900 horsepower engine, that's really put a squeeze on the transmissions. We was tearing them out about every second weekend. Sometimes we tear out two on a weekend. So we went to the Linko transmission, and this weekend's going to be a test for it. We're going to see what it'll do. It'll be a first. We're going to try to run in the 5s today. The air's good, and it ought to go.
Driving, you pick up trucks. Your right hand base first with 826 there in Holy. Your later models, be getting those ready to come to us. Be getting you next round ready, gentlemen. Make sure you're not blocked in so you can get out. 930 in your right lane, 961 in your left. Right lane is your winner. Right lane is your winner. Dave Hunt is in your left lane. He was your winner right here at Shuffletown last Sunday. Dave Hunt over in your left lane. Him and Wallace on your tower side. Dave Hunt is your winner with an 888, 863. A quicker EC but a slower off of the tree. Dave Hunt taking advantage of the tree job and goes into your next round. Your little Corvette being a new car to us. The 440. One is hard to come by to the cars. Here's Toledo on your tower side. No doubt about it, little Macaroon, if he can keep her straight. He's going to run him right down with an 800. Your left lane loses with an 894. Carl Butler over in your left lane. James Hunt on your tower side. Things are real lively now. You know if you red light, you lose. And that is a hard way to lose by red light. That's what you call outrunning yourself. Your left lane gets there first with 937. He's your winner. Gets 97 in your right lane. Your next round of cars. And bringing them around on the hill for us if you would. Chuck Lambeau in your left lane. Richard Hawkins on your tower side. Richard's getting him out of the gate. Just slowing her down and seeing you winner with an 865,
64 Valiant, Plymouth Valiant.
Tell us a little bit about it.
The only thing I can say about it is the Chrysler. That's it.
Where'd you find it?
I bought it from a friend of mine.
What driveline? It's 340 with an automatic.
340 with automatic. It's got a 391 gear ratio in it. Pause traction.
Is it for sale?
Yeah.
What would you take for it?
4,000.
What's it worth?
4,000.
Little Chrysler car out of the gate real good. Roger Wilson is your winner with a 9-9. Side of the orange car. Bring them on around, gentlemen, if you will. Have them in the water box. Have them ready. Looks like it's going to be side by side. We'll watch them in the photo cell. Your left lane gets there first with an 869.
What is it? It's just an old 392. 57 Chrysler Hemi. What have you done to it? Nothing except to rebuild it. That's all. It's stock. It's basically a stock motor.
With 2.4s? They didn't come with 2.4s, did they?
Yeah, 57 it did.
How's it run?
Running 920 a minute ago, so that's pretty good for a street car.
It's pretty rare, isn't it? I mean, an old car like that?
Well, I don't know. I looked for a two-door hardtop Chrysler car for a long time. I mean, 55 or 56. This is just the only one I could find. But it's a little bit rough, but, you know, just take a while to finish it.
What's it going to be worth when you're done, you think?
No telling. I don't have the slightest idea.
Small amount of liquid it is definitely in the middle of the right lane.
This is a 69 Mercury Cyclone CJ.
Where'd you find it and what'd you do to it?
I found it in a junkyard, and it was pretty bad shape, and I rebuilt it, went through and restored it the best I could.
How bad a shape was it?
Well, the body wasn't too bad a shape. The motor was in bad shape. By the way, we rebuilt this car at East Gaston High School, where I'm an auto mechanics teacher.
That's great. So the students
And the students helped, and we had a real good time doing it, and I think it's turned out pretty good for an old car like it was.
The engine stock?
Yeah, it's engine is stock.
How's it run?
I've run some 950s with it today. I've got a little gear in it for the big weekend here. I don't usually run that all the time. It's got a 471 9-inch with a locker rear end in it.
Camaro being just a little late on the gate.
Scott Kinley.
Scott Kinley's on your tower side. Can you run him down?
Yes.
He does so with an 866. Scott Kinley on your tower side, ladies and gentlemen.
It's a 69 Camaro. It's got a 427 board 60 over, and it's got a company car 250 horsepower nitrous system. And it's got a turbo 400 with a 5500 style converter and a 12 bolt rear end with 488 gear. It runs in with slicks and stuff. I think it runs 720s, but with street tires and no nitrous, it run a 790 at Mooresville last week, but I don't know today.
Would you sell it?
Nah, I don't know. If the price was right, I reckon.
Thanks, ladies and gentlemen. You've been watching them now. Terry Floyd, Lake Wiley Auto Parts. Another one of the regular 50. Little 340 mag.
It's just a 65 model Ford Mustang with a 302 and an automatic in it. I've been drag racing it for about 2 years off and on. And I like to run street tires and mufflers, you know, this, that, and the other. The quickest the car has ever been since I've been racing it on a street tire was 750. And about probably a month ago, we raced it at Piedmont Dragway with slicks on it. And it went a 718, 99.5 miles an hour. But right now it's got a stock engine in it with a C4 automatic, and we're just breaking this engine in. It's really not a race engine. It's just something we're messing around with while we're building our other motor. It's sort of off season.
If you will, please. Thank you for your cooperation. Brian Tyler Service in Charlotte, Cruiser's Mike Club in Charlotte, Home and Automotive in Charlotte. Henry Graham on your downward side. Your right lane, get there first, in your left lane. Your right lane is your winner. On your tower. Hunter Blakely over in your left lane. Don Worley on your tower side. Good green light start. Everybody's waiting on the green. Definitely don't want to lose. Your chance is away. Your right lane needs your winner with an 856. Your loser is a 968. Danny Caldwell over in your left lane with that little Cobra car, and I believe that car was for sale. Yeah. Albert Jackson on your tower side. Make sure that nothing runs out from under it. Make sure nothing runs out from under it. Your left lane, Danny gets there with a 958. Gaston Performance. and he is your winner.
It's the 69 Cougar Eliminator with a 428 Police Interceptor. It's been bored 60 over, got a 3/4 crane cam in it, 411 positive traction rear end in it, C6 built with a 3000 stall.
How long you had it?
I bought it back in November. I bought it from an old colored guy up in Moxville. Been sitting under the shed for 6 years, covered up with quilts. And I'm in the process of getting it painted now. About got everything mechanical done on it.
What was the original equipment in it?
It was originally, when I bought it, well, it come originally with a 390 in it. And then when I bought it, it had a 3-speed transmission in it with a single axle pull. And I put the 411 positive traction in it and changed the 3-speed to C6 automatic. The interior was original. It's got 58,500 miles on it. And that's original miles.
Like you do now, keep your eyes out for your red light. Little Camaro, he's your winner with an 838.
It's about the car.
71 CUDA. About 6,000 of them made that year. A lot of people confuse them with Barracudas, but there are very few CUDAs made. That's high performance 340. Positive traction, come out from factory ready to go on the drag strip.
And have you done anything to the 340?
Not yet. It's strictly stock from the factory. We're fixing to put in a Pro Street engine in it. 340 coming out of Memphis.
Where'd you find the car?
Found it in Gastonia. Boy down there belonged to one of the street rod clubs had it.
Have you done anything to it?
Have I?
Yeah.
No, I hadn't done anything. Put the wheels and tires on it. It had the original rally wheels on it. It had been in storage for about 7 or 8 years, and he had got it out and painted it. That's about all that's been done to it.
Would you sell it?
No way.
If you did, what would you ask for? What would you have to get for it if you decided to sell it?
If I decided to sell it, it'd go around $9.95.
Stop.
Well, it's a GS Stage 1. They made about 2,800 of them. One of the quickest all-time muscle cars. They were running low 13s at the quarter-mile stock. This particular model is basically stock with a few bolt-ons. It's got a stock short block, turbo 400 automatic transmission. It's got the factory 364 gears, no air conditioning. It's got the original interior yet, 64,000 actual miles, 64,000. I've had the car since 1979. I sort of collect these things. I do own about 5 of them at last count. So it's a factory stage car. All the numbers match on it as far as that goes. The original color, factory chrome wheels, all that neat stuff. It's got power steering, power brakes, tilt wheel, stereo. It's a true street car. I drove it down here 600 miles from Pennsylvania to compete in this, so it ought to be a lot of fun.
And Tim Christie out of Mike Speed Customs, who is one of the sponsors here today. $793, you enter in your right lane. 914, you left. Bustle cars, come on, put them in the water box, gentlemen. Bustle cars, put them in the water box. We may get that little shower late fast.
That's a 55 Chevrolet. It's the first time it's been driven in 7 years. I drug it out about 2 or 3 weeks ago and put a battery in it and got it cleaned up. That used to be my tow car from my old drag car back about 15, 18 years ago.
What made you pull it out?
I got a 13-year-old that wanted to start working on it and pedaling a little on it, and then Frankie Spindle came by and said they were going to have he called it old timers convention or something. So.
What have you done to it yourself?
Well, all the work was done to it in 1966 or 67, no, 65.
because I went in the Army in '66. It's just got a 327 350 with a Holly and an aluminum intake, 4-speed.
And who did the body?
The body was done by Paintmaster's Body Shop in 1963. And it was rolled and pleated in 1957. And it's got 43,000 miles on it since it was new. And my father gave $800 for it. And just the paint wasn't like it was, but the interior and all was. And I found the inspection sticker the other day. It was inspected in 1973, and it's had 900 miles put on it since then.
He's running 2 cars, though. That's what it is. Goes on through with an 896. I believe we broke something in the rear of getting some representation. We're ready for him, I believe. I understand Channel 9 TV. They are here with us today, and we certainly appreciate you gentlemen from Channel 9. Tell us when you're going to head it this way, and we can say cheese. Everybody watches Channel 9, don't they? Everybody watches Channel 9. If he shines that camera towards you, I know you watch Channel 9. Got us a couple of little Chrysler cars there. Just about alike. Todd Beaver driving the number 42. Your left lane was your winner with a 943. Right lane with a 1011. 1011. You loser in your right lane. Albert Jackson's over in your left lane. Richard, okay. We're ready for him right here now, Richard. Due to the high horsepower and the light weight, he will get himself a safe, straight, and a most respectable ET. 8 will run 41, 6 will run 14, 5 will run 9, 12 will run 1, 22 will run 29, 37. 42, number 8 is your competition for the next round. And in the SM class, number 8. Connoisseurs in this car. Watch the them. They get taller, they get narrower, and the car goes much quicker. It's the Kendrick and Gibson car. Quicker, steady, motor oil. Give it to Kendrick and Gibson with a 533 and had just a little bobble right there out of the gate, and still goes you people to 533. They just no way.
It's a 1966 Ford Mustang. And it's got a 351 Windsor engine in it. And I bought the car about 2 years ago and totally restored the car. And it's just a street machine. I just take it out on just every once in a while and run the car. It belongs to my daughter. She's nice enough to let me use it today. I did all the restoration work to the car myself. I just stripped the car all the way down to a bare body again and just completely restored the whole car.
Carolina Harley Davidson on Franklin Boulevard.
Yeah, I did the interior, exterior, the complete drivetrain of the car, and just everything except for the paint work. I had somebody do the paint work for me. It runs decent. I don't think it's got, I've seen a couple cars out there that's awful strong. I don't think it's got a chance against those, but it runs pretty decent. It's just got a little bit of cylinder head work done to it and got a mild cam in it. Just a Holley full barrel carburetor with got a stock cast iron intake on it. She's got to work today. If it wasn't for that, she'd probably be here.
Little FS 396 Camaro. Largest cars we have seen in one person from every car. I want to personally thank each and every sponsor of this place. The response, Cruiser's Night Club of Charlotte, Auto Mart of Charlotte.
How many of you people are taking these awards here?
We still run one of Jungle's motors.
Nelson said that he still runs one of Jungle's motors, as many other people out here do too. But Nelson, here's your outstanding sponsor award for being the man who is the most concerned with the racers out here and around and about the Carolinas, continuously helping out the racers, and we all do appreciate it.
Thank you much. Thank you.
Keep the cost down to running the shootout at $15 to enter your car, if you're a member of the Elite Muscle Car Association. If not, $25. So if you only want to run one race, then it's no big deal. Save yourself $5 over the year to join this organization. And magazine that you got when you came in here today, and I hope all of you enjoyed some of the.
We'll put this on dash.
Also, Lenson was talking with me earlier. He said that there was a good possibility that next year, since we had such a poor participation in the street rod class, that the car would be out here street legal. Katie, bar the door if he brings that car out here street legal. So Lenson, thank you.
All right, you tight. Boy, you got so dang tight, I can't even get it wrong.
Not got you some track bike. If it does stay cool like this, definitely your track bike is going to help you, regardless of the style tire that you are. Just making sure the bugs is out of a little Blue Angel.
It's a 1963 Pontiac Tempest. It's a AFX car. Originally, 12 of them was made for drag racing only. Had the aluminum fenders, the hood, bumpers, the 421 Super Duty engine. And it's got. It's super performance is what it was. Right. That was a term by Pontiac. They came with the solid lifters and bathtub intake manifold, which there was only 12 of them made. It came with the plexiglass windows also and a very sparse interior. They weigh 3,000 pounds, which was lightweight for their day. Well, real good. That has been changed. It came with a transaxle, and we changed it to a Dana 60 and an automatic transmission. But we still retain the 421 Super Duty and the original cylinder heads and intake. Different carburetors, got Holley carburetors on it.
How many were there made?
12. Arnie Beswick raced a couple of them. He had a coupe, and then he had a station wagon grocery getter. You might remember the name of the grocery getter back in '63.
It's got this was original. It's not now.
Did you do most of the work on? Did you do most of the work on this yourself?
We had it rolled and pleated in the Winn-Dixie parking lot in Myrtle Beach.
How many miles do you get to a biscuit on something like this?
It's more like how many biscuits to a mile. We get good looks. Thanks.
Hope you do well today.
I intend to.
See you later.
I'm the only one in my class.
Oh, doing fine. We're going to take this one. We're going to run the same car, match race, Lamar's.
What are you going to do this time?
Gonna get that 409. Maybe. Started when I was 15.
How old are you now?
16.
16 now?
Maybe get ready, Lee.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, Lamar. They made 13 of these cars, ladies and gentlemen. Right here.
We're doing a flip to see.
At Shuffletown. We have these three cars that all take it out.
All right, man, get back. What you got? All right, head. Tails.
Okay, one of us is heads. Okay, I get the
Hey, you get the nine, you set it out.
All right, set it out.
Good luck.
Set it out.
All right.
Number 9.
What do you predict?
What's happening there, Coster?
You know, 2 7-second cars. I'm not going to push the tree because I've run a couple of tenths quicker than he has, so, you know.
How long are you running? Tell me about your motor and everything you're working with.
60 over 427, about 13-to-1 compression. Basically a stock motor, just, you know, a few odds and ends, camshaft, stuff like that.
Would you like to pick up a Shuffletown dragway with any t-shirts? Still have a few left of the white trailer over behind the car hauler. Membership
No bottle versus a bottle. I guess it'll all be at the lights.
If you choose not to join the association.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. It really was.
About the competition, is it as tough as you thought it might be?
Yeah, but I figured I had a fairly good chance at it. You know, I just come down basically to have a good time.
but it's a lot of fun. I look forward to doing it again next year if they do have it. I'll drive it down, another 600 miles. I'll drive it down. I don't care. I'm going to turn around and drive it home tomorrow, like I say, up to Pennsylvania. It'll get about 13 miles a gallon, so nothing to sneer at, but have all the creature comforts too. That's what's nice. Real comfortable driving car.
Did you film the left front wheel of that street-driven Buick?
It has been all night.
He lifted it. He carried it for 18 inches.
It's all right.
3850. Power steering, power brakes. What else they got? And really fast.
Well, John, you seem to come through.
Well, I pulled it off. I didn't think it was going to happen, though. Boy, that was a good run.
That was quite a hole shot.
Well, I knew I had to do it. Risk a darn red light, but I had to do it because I knew his car with the nitrous was quicker. And not to mention the weight factor, but the car pulled it off. I'm real proud of it.
Heard some people talking to the sidelines. They had read up on the GS or the Stage 1 GSs. They had no idea it'd run like it did, though.
Yeah. That's the beauty of them. That's what's so fun, you know. They're not out there in the first place.
Right.
And, you know, the darn cars, they really fly if they're set up right.
John, you had a tough job today. You had 54 cars in your class. Did you realize there was that many?
No, I didn't.
54 cars to wade through, but your car came out on top. Super driving, and a super good running car. You got a nice trophy and $500.
Thank you much, Frank.
Thank you,
It's been
John.
a real pleasure.
And I'll see you back next year, right?
Yeah, I'll be down.
Okay.
Really appreciate it. It was a lot of fun. Frankie, thanks, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you.
By the way, it's got an Oldsmobile motor in it.
Give me half that money back. Congratulations for winning $100 for low ET of the
I appreciate
race
it.
car round.
Thank you. Appreciate
Thank you.
We're going to be here next year.
Great. Buck came out here and you won your nice trophy. Appreciate you coming. I'll see you back next year.
Appreciate it.
I get to hold part of it, though.
Does Dad get his money back for the tires now?
So he's supposed to give me that money now so we can apply it to the car. We still didn't win anything.
Fantastic. Simply fantastic. Bigger crowd than last year, more cars, more people, more enthusiasm, better racing.
How about next year?
Next year is going to be better than this year.